A powerboat crashes into the shoreline at Lake of the Ozarks, and this is not the first time we've seen something like this.
This happens way too often. So a powerboat crashed Friday night, early Saturday into the Lake of the Ozarks shoreline. But since then, the boat disappeared, right? Almost the opposite from the last one. Remember the last one that ran up on that sandbar? And it was there for like a year. We were talking about it. Well, this one disappears like in the middle of the night, right? And the Highway Patrol wants to know who took it. I mean, they don't have a clue. The boat, it was a Wright Performance catamaran with twin 400 on the back there, crashed into the riprap around Mallard Point on the 8-mile marker. Presumably somebody on Friday night, early Saturday morning went and got that sucker and took it away, and nobody knows where it is, who it was, what happened. I think there's a picture of it though.
Yeah, this is all courtesy of our friends at Lake Expo. This is a little bit wild. As you said, it's a Wright Performance, but in that particular area, if you're not familiar with the lake area, you could hit some shore and some shallow rocks and run up on the shoreline. So what I saw, because there were a ton of comments, were, hey, I mean, you can't assume somebody's either under the influence or somebody's doing something illegal. I mean, if you run on the shoreline and you're able to get your boat out of there, the only reason that they saw it was because of the spider, Todd Gregg with Lake Spider Netting, and his cameras provided these images, so it showed the boat, and then the boat is gone. And so when Lake Expo reached out to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, Water Patrol Division, it was their public info officer, Kyle Green, that said that it was removed before they ever even knew it was there, and were even told about the incident. They also did note that the boat was not reported stolen, and there were no injuries reported from the event. Now, they did say they're looking for info on the incident or towing, and you can call 573-751-1000 and leave a message for Corporal Brian Geyer. But the argument is, like, if somebody was not doing anything wrong and they run their boat off and they're able to get it back to shore, back to wherever they have it housed, and fix it on their own accord, is that illegal? I mean, do you have to involve law enforcement?
Right.
I mean,
wouldn't think so.
With your car, do you have to? I mean, is that leaving the scene of an accident? If you hit like something on the side of the road,
right,
and then you leave and go fix your car, did you break the law?
I don't think so. I think if it's just your car and nobody else is involved, or no destruction of property is involved, something like that, I think you're free to go. I don't think you have to report that. But that's a good question. I was wondering about that too. I mean, why does the Highway Patrol need to find this boat? It doesn't seem like anybody was hurt, or
was there property damage?
Right.
I mean, so. And sometimes, I mean, obviously, everybody wants to know. We're pretty nosy, I mean, just by nature, right?
Yeah,
everybody wants to know. You see something like this, you see lots of comments of the last time a boat hit the shoreline and then into the house, and a lot of assumptions are made. But it's like, people don't have any privacy now in this day and age, and it's like some poor guy could have been sober as possible on his way home, and it may not have been great lighting, and he might have hit some shallow rock and went on the shore, and his wife, for all we know, could have come and picked him up with their pontoon and drag. I mean, so it's just so easy to say, oh, the person was hammered. And so if there wasn't property damage, that's kind of my question, is like, do you have to find out? I mean, what are you going to be able to prove at this point anyway? So do you just want to not exert the resources? Or I
would think it'd be pretty easy to find out whoever owns that boat, right? Since they got pictures of it and everything.
Well, it's a Doug Wright. And you could reach out to the manufacturer, Doug Wright Powerboats, but they're not going to give you any information on a client of theirs that could possibly incriminate them if there's no criminal activity that's suspected. So I don't think that you're going to be able now, if one of the photos or images showed like a, tag or a license, whatever you would call it.
That'd be easy. Yeah.
It would be easy to probably look, but I don't know. I mean, just leave the guy.
I'm with you.
Leave the guy or gal alone.
Nobody got hurt. Everything's good. So
I'm sure people will be all over us for saying that.
Yeah,
but
we're
like,
idiots. We're yahoos.
I'm also a great empath, and I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, man, it's not easy driving a boat if you're not super familiar.
Especially at night.
I still don't drive a boat because it's intimidating to me.
Yeah.
I'm also probably a sissy lala.
No, I've seen you driving big boats, like big boats.
But that's what trained professionals
helps,
and very low percentage for risk of injury and things of that nature, right?
And it's like driving a boat at night. We don't go out at night because you can't see what's in the water. And I mean, it's just a whole different world when you're boating at night. So,
Sure.
yeah, dangerous.